Yo, hey, go ahead and hit like and subscribe to the channel where you get the latest boxing news, breakdowns, and predictions. We're still working on a name, that, my friend, but we need your support. Nah, but for real, we have Dallas, Texas popping in boxing, and now we have undefeated Mr. Greg Bad News Corbin, who's gonna be appearing in the in the Errol Spence Jr. versus Mikey Garcia's undercard. Greg Bad News Corbin is 15-0 with 9 knockouts. He is a Dallas fighter with one of these crazy, amazing stories, man. You guys gotta go check him out on YouTube. I'm not gonna talk about his story or anything like that. But one thing I'm gonna talk about is that he is being calling on everybody in the top heavyweights in America, in the United States, like Charles Martin. I think Charles Martin was considering to face Greg Corbin after he lost his belt to Anthony Joshua. But, he decided to go another route. And now the opportunity has presented again for Greg Bad News Corbin. And he took it. Bad News Corbin is been waiting for a moment like this. A win over Charles Martin will represent a huge step up in the heavyweight rankings. And I know for sure he's gonna take full advantage of this opportunity. I know as a fighter, he gotta feel very excited that he's gonna be able to showcase all his boxing abilities to the world. He's been waiting and training for a moment like this. Word is that he feels good, that he feels confident, that everybody in the world will know who Greg Bad News Corbin is. He brings exactly that, bad news, to the heavyweight division. This will be his first step-up fight. He's trying to get on that contender situation or position, because if I was a heavyweight contender, I would try to get advantage of this situation that's going on in the heavyweight division. That you got every major champion with a different promoter, and these major champions are trying to pull moves, so they're gonna try to keep facing undefeated contenders to look good in front of the public. And this is a big step up to get into that position right there. But in front of him is Charles the Prince Martin, the man that walks with the gods. We all know he's the former IBF heavyweight champion of the world. We all remember that night when he stepped up to the big stage to face no other than the current heavyweight champion of the world, Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua wasted no time to show Charles Martin his power. Anthony Joshua wasted no time to cut the ring and start landing the right hand. We could tell that Charles Martin was a little shook about the whole moment, and Anthony Joshua took full advantage of it, coming in straight down the line without head movement, not watching the distance in between each other. So, he was just not focused at all. Then, when we saw him against Adam Kownacki, he was still a slow starter, but I guess Adam Kownacki did not possess the necessary power to knock out or knock down Charles the Prince Martin. We all know that Adam Kownacki is more an accumulation of punches, kind of like Big Baby Miller. That's why I think that's the reason he couldn't stop Charles Martin. And then Charles Martin, as the fight prolonged it, he started landing some shots as well. He started using his jab effectively. He started implementing hooks in the combination. He started implementing uppercuts. And he really moved pretty well. His left, he's a dangerous weapon. You gotta consider he does have 83% on knockout radius, and that is very dangerous in the heavyweight division. So, in my opinion, I hope Greg Corbin possesses the power so he can get this fighter out quick. Because if the longest this fight gets, I think it's gonna be more painful for Greg Corbin to get the victory, unless he gets to hurt him and drop him a couple of times. Of course, I think Greg Corbin is gonna have to be in the best shape of his life in this fight, because if he does not get to put Charles Martin on his ass, then he's gonna have to give him a big output of punches in order to beat him. He's gonna have to be on Charles Martin's ass and always be first, because with Charles Martin, that's one thing, you're gonna have to be first, and you're gonna have to have a good chin as well, because he does carries a punch in him. Another thing Greg Corbin has to be aware is the headbutts. Not only because Charles Martin is a southpaw, but he also leads with his head. When he's trying to hold and hug his opponent, he be leading with his head, and that could cause some damage on each fighter's head, of course. Key punches to land on Charles the Prince Martin. Definitely the straight right hand and the uppercut to the stomach. I know Greg Corbin has been training for this moment. This is the big step up, and I know that the city of Dallas will be there to support him. This is not just Errol Spence night, but it's also gonna be Greg Bad News Corbin night. So we give him the best of luck to him. Thank you for watching.